we're going to be answering this question before us, which says sketch one complete cycle of y is equal to 3 cos 2 theta. So we're going to sketch it on these axes here. Here's y, here's theta. We're going to begin by finding the amplitude, which is found just by looking at the number in front. So in this case, 3. That means I'm going 3 up and I'm going 3 down. Next, we're going to figure out what the period is, which is found by going 2 pi over whatever the coefficient of, in this case, it would be theta. So what's the coefficient of theta? It will be 2. This 2 will cancel with this 2, which will leave me with pi. So that means to do one complete cycle will take me a distance of pi. So you just need to know what cos looks like. It looks like this. You go down, then up, and like that. So you just need to know that's what the cos graph looks like. And we know that to do one complete cycle is a distance of pi. That's what the period is. Now, the next thing that we are going to find is the intercepts. So I want to find this point and this point. And to do this, what we're going to realize is that this graph can be broken down into 4 sections. You got this section, you got this section, you got this section, and then of course you got to the end as well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. And even though I haven't drawn this very neatly, these sections are all evenly spaced. Therefore, if I've got 4 sections which are all evenly spaced, and I want to figure out the value of each of these, what I can do is just take the period and divide it by 4. And this is what I call the scale. So you take the period and you divide it by 4. The period in this case is pi. I divide it by 4. So that means this distance here is pi on 4. Then I add a pi on 4 to get to the next one. So pi on 4 plus pi on 4 is 2 pi on 4. Then I add another pi on 4 to get the next one. So 2 pi on 4 plus pi on 4 is 3 pi on 4. And then of course 3 pi on 4 plus pi on 4 is 4 pi on 4, which is just pi. So as you can see, we have found our intercepts, and we've also found the theta value for which our minimum occurs as well, which is very useful. And then of course you should simplify this. So this is pi on 2. You can also see how this makes sense, because if this is pi here, well, half of pi is pi on 2, and that takes us halfway. And then half of pi on 2 is pi on 4, which takes us to this part right there. So it kind of makes sense as to what's happening there. That's how you should draw your graph. The last thing that I would add here is whenever you do have just something hanging here at the end, just kind of label it as an end point. So this would be pi and 3. Perfect. Hopefully that has made sense and how to approach this question and to just sketch one complete cycle of that graph right there.